I'll be talking about over the weekend. The Wildcats won over the Brisbane Bullets at home. We won by a lot against the Brisbane Bullets. They didn't have Casey Prather on that team. They didn't have many players on that team on Friday night against the Bullets. We had at least probably 13,500 there. It would have been a sold out crowd either way. There was plenty of seats left probably where I was looking at on Friday against the Bullets. And then Bryce scored really big for us, helped us to win that one. On Saturday, just disappointing season with the Scorchers. We actually played against the we played against the Strikers. It was a disappointing loss. It looked like it was going to be a neck-to-neck total, but we actually won the toss, decided to bat first. We put on 105. That was the lowest score we've ever done in BBL. We were out for pretty much the whole thing. The Strikers, when they come to bat, they were 7 for 155 over 20 overs. So they pretty much won the knockout round. That was do or die. That was Adelaide's first away game win over for a long time of period as well. So now Adelaide gets to play the winner pretty much tonight. The winner will go to the grand final Wednesday, and that's going to be hosted in Sydney. So best of luck for the remaining of the teams. We couldn't do it because we had players out because of the test match for Brisbane as well, and for the international as well. So yeah, that was pretty bad to lose at home for the first time against Adelaide Strikers. And the other game, I didn't get to watch the game because I was at the Wildcats game. Brisbane Heat. It was at least would be a close game, but Brisbane Heat were 113, and the Sydney Sixers finished up with 8 out of 152. So now Sydney Sixers are now through the grand final. They get a home court advantage in the granny on Wednesday. So Brisbane Heat and the Adelaide Strikers tonight at 4:30 on 7 Mate. That's going to be a good one because it's hopefully Brisbane Heat knock out Adelaide Strikers, and then Brisbane Heat win the title, because I don't want to see the Sydney Sixers to win the title. Brisbane Heat have won 1 title. Sydney Sixers have won 3 titles in the BBL history, and the Adelaide Strikers have won 1. So we want the Brisbane Heat to win the title for the second time. And then on yesterday, known as the reigning champions, the Perth Wildcats, Bryce Cotton, once again did 29 points, got the player of the match yesterday against the reigning champions, the Sydney Kings, on their home floor. They didn't have many players on their floor, the Sydney Kings, because they had injuries, and we only had 1 player back, Christian Doolittle. He played half of the game, and then he scored only probably 4 or 5 points. But the player of the match was Bryce Cotton as well, back again as well, number 11. Thank you very much, Bryce Cotton. Getting the job done. So we're 1 point behind Melbourne United. If we win this, we can go on top on Thursday night against the Hawks on Thursday night before Australia Day. And then hopefully we can lock up top spot to finish off the season very strong. So it's going to be, I'll be focusing on the Wildcats as well, as not as so much on the BBL now, because now Scorchers are out. That was a disappointing season. There could be some news that Mick Marsh could be retiring. He could be playing his last tournament. We haven't seen him at all at the BBL. He could be retiring because of his brother. He's been playing for the Scorchers for a long time. And let's hopefully we can rebuild on that for next year. For BBL 13 or 14, let's hopefully we can go even bigger and stronger next year, not lose any more players next year, and make the BBL tournament go even longer than shorter games for next year. As well as that, I've got some news. Roger Cook will be on my podcast. We're trying to organise a date and a day that we can actually have him on my podcast. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, thank you very much. And by the way, on the news front as well, I've got nearly 140 views on my one with Jesse Wagstaff now. So make sure you look on YouTube as well as Instagram and Facebook with my socials and media and everything that I post. So make sure you keep on tuned with my updates with interviews with players and coaches too. So thank you very much for supporting my podcast this year. And let's go Wildcats.